Hey, everybody. I'm Coach Leslie, and I've got Coach Emily with me today, and together we're Chain Breaking Ministries. So, have you noticed that you've been living in a cycle of abuse? Are you ready to get off the abuse cycle and get into the healing cycle? Um, Freedom from pain, damage, and baggage is similar to the cycle of grief. The first step of grief is denial. We're denying that we're actually in an abuse cycle. In abuse or hurt, our brains are incapable of processing what's happened or what's occurring because it's in shock. I know that was that way for me when I was living in domestic violence. But the younger we are at the onset of abuse, the harder it is for us to fathom that somebody we love or trust is doing the abusing. And if abuse continues during our early development and how it's addressed in our household environment, it has a direct correlation to the amount of time it takes us to recognize abusive behaviors because we've been conditioned to think it's normal and that that's just the way of life. And, it's going to take us a little bit of time to overcome those patterns. And no matter what stage you are in the healing cycle, there's hope, there's Jesus. And we can overcome that abuse. Mm-hmm. You may have begun to recognize the pattern of abuse and the attraction to continually being attracted to abusers. On an unconscious level, I think our child brain's trying to heal us. And depending on who your first abuser was and how old you were when you were at that time that abuse began, the subconscious brain is going to continue to attract you to a person with very similar attributes of your former abuser. Why, you might ask? Because the brain is trying to heal you and itself. And the brain believes that if it can attract the same type of person as your abuser, your original abuser, it can play out the same scenarios and get a different result. Well, that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's crazy how that happens, but it does. Yeah. And we're not saying you're insane. We're saying that doing the same action over and over again is, okay? We're saying that you're also have been programmed to that cycle of abuse. And we believe that this is because the enemy's found a weakness and struggled to make you believe that this is what you deserve because something you did wrong, or that it's just that's how you're made. He does this because he doesn't want you to live out your purpose. He's trying to destroy your identity. We're born with a spirit of truth. And no matter where you are in your walk with God, your spirit knows the way that you're being treated is not the way God wants you to be treated. The good news is that God has the answer, and he's given his only begotten son, Jesus Christ, and he's given you a biblical path to healing. Over the past 6 years, I've discovered the cycle of freedom and healing and would love the opportunity to help you find your own freedom and healing from abuse. So be sure to like this, share this, comment, follow us, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you need individual coaching, we're available to help you and would look forward to doing so. Thank you and have a blessed day.